The world's going to see the story today, ladies and gentlemen. Linda Trautman, here she comes.
You've lost weight, Mr. Daryl Hill. Look at you.
I haven't found it, though. That's the important part.
That's right. No, you let it go, right?
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Now I should have the shirt I bought in Disneyland.
There you go.
On one of my trips.
So, guys, I'm happy and it's an honor to have Bill and Linda Trautman here today. Bill and Linda Trautman, we got a chance to know each other the past few years. Just some amazing people. One of my favorite people on earth, honestly. Listen to Linda and her story and how she's been able to help people and serve. Just constant service. You know, Linda, I think the attributing factor was a story you told about how when you went to the Philippines to visit your team over there, how they called you Queen Bee and they flocked around you and they like it was like bodyguards. You know.
Yeah, they were. They wanted us to be protected.
Absolutely. So you guys know, is Linda, I don't know how many millions that the both of you guys actually started, have sold now online. But I mean, I know it's in the millions as far as selling products on Amazon.
Yeah.
And
we're about 4.6 million.
$4.6 million, guys. Yes. And this wasn't over the last 40 years. I mean, they didn't have Amazon 40 years ago, right?
No.
But when did you originally kind of open your store and get things rocking and rolling for yourselves?
2013? 14.
2014.
Okay. Yeah.
And previous to that, I know you guys were having all kinds of success in life and, you know, kicking ass and taking everybody's names, right?
Well, let me show you that. Let me show you this right here. Grab it. Let me show you. This is 40 years of dreams.
Wow.
This was my dream of all dreams. This is 40 years of a dream board that I had on here that I put together and finally got to get every one of those dreams done in a year's time.
Knocked them all out in 1 year?
Yeah, knocked them all out in 1 year, and that was 40 years in the making.
40 years of dream boards knocked out in 1 year. You got to tell us how you did that. Everybody wants to know.
Exactly. Well, we became Amazon sellers.
So I just sign up for Amazon and I can get 40 years of my dreams accomplished? I mean,
well,
how does it work?
Yeah, no, what you had to do, Daryl, is that when you become, when you want to get your dreams all done in 1 year's time, you come to me and I'll coach you how to do that.
Oh, that's how it works.
That's how you do it, right?
Okay.
And to be honest with you, that's when Bill and I first started we started on eBay. And I said, wow, it's got to go faster than this. So then we heard Amazon was going to be just that, you know, one step better than eBay. So we started on Amazon. And here's what I found out. I found out that eBay is the beer and Amazon is the champagne.
Got it.
Right? I mean, that's kind of where it gets. But yet even for myself, we were doing okay. We were making about $4,000 a month, in sales. And I thought that was good.
Yeah.
And I went to an event and at this event, I heard people saying they were doing $100,000 a month. And I'm like, okay, I want to know what that guy's doing, right? I want to know what I'm missing and what he's doing. So, I finally kind of, stalked around in Facebook to find this person that was on the stage that day. And it took about 2 to 3 months before he posted that he wanted to do some personal coaching. Well, I truly believe in personal coaching because personal coaching, you get to know the things, the tricks, what took our business from 4,000 to 100,000 a month in 6 weeks. Like, seriously. And when he said that he was going to become coach somebody, I said, I'm all in. I jumped in. I said, me. And then I had to do all this other stuff, fill out applications. I was like, I go, what if he doesn't choose us? And I said to Bill, what if he does choose us? Oh no, because we didn't have the money at that time. That 40 years of, like you said, we were wham bamming it and having wrong. No, we were filing bankruptcy. We had our house on the market. We were down, and because I had lost my job, and I had some surgeries, and I couldn't do the work I was doing prior to, doing Amazon, and I needed to do something from home. I had to, and that's why we chose Amazon. And it wasn't me that did it. It was him. He did it. He was the one who really, started in the eBay side of it first. And I said, no, I'm not doing anything anymore. I was depressed. I didn't want to have anything to do with any kind of business. I was like mad at the world, right? Kind of thing. And he goes, babe, we got to do something. I said, you do it. Was like, I played Farmtown.
Yeah, because I know Bill, the story kind of goes is Bill kind of got into this first and then dragged you along with it, right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah, he pretty much dragged me. One day he came in and he goes, I'm drowning. He goes,
you told him not to do it. You told him, no, don't do this, Bill, right? What's the real truth, Bill? Let's hear from Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I said, honey, if you could take the attitude like you take with Farmtown, and you're billions in Farmtown.
Bill went there.
Right. I said, come on, we got a system here that can make some serious money.
I go, billions on Farmtown, billions in Amazon? Okay. I said, we're not billions yet, but we definitely are millions.
Yeah, you were over there harvesting on Farmtown, but you weren't doing it for yourself yet.
Not yet. And then when he came in, he rubbed my feet. And he said, I'm drowning. He made me feel bad. I said, okay. I said, I'll give it a shot. I didn't like it. The first thing he said is that, okay, we have to, I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you how to list, because he already knew how.
Yeah.
And I said, are we talking about shopping? And he goes, yeah. I go, no, I don't shop. And you know that I hate shopping. Let me tell you what, this was from the day one, at the beginning. It was like, I was so against all of this. So when I took on the coach and he said, all you got to do is just hire somebody for something you don't like. Oh, that's all I had to hear. He said, okay, bam. That next day I hired me a person to list.
Yeah. And for you guys that don't know what they're talking about, can you share what is listing? Because if I'm first hearing this, they just want to know, Linda, how did you get out of facing bankruptcy and the guy banging on your door to then where you're at today? If listing's part of the process, obviously people are going to be all ears to listing how to do that.
Yeah. So listing is part of the process. The biggest thing is that I knew we didn't have the money, so I humbly went to my mom, who was living with us at the time, and said, Mom, Bill and I want to try one more business. This is the last. We're not going to do anything anymore after this. This is it. I promise this is going to be the one. I don't know how many times I said that, but I've never, ever asked her for money. I never asked her to help fund me. And this was the first time I did that. So she said, okay. She goes, she gave me a credit card, and she had more money on it than I didn't have one. I was like, so we started out the business on her credit card, and we paid for the coach. And from that day one, when and fortunately for Bill, I learned how to shop online and do the listings because I needed to know how to do it. Did I like it? No, because I needed to be able to teach it to somebody else. And that was the first thing that really, started to take it home for us. It's that once we started hiring people to do what I didn't like to do, and I knew how, I got in and dug in and learned how. I didn't like it, but that was okay. You don't have to like everything in your business. You can hire people to do what you don't like, and then you get to do the things you love to do, right? Which is, there was a lot of things. I love doing spreadsheets. I love doing, building my company. I loved hiring people. I loved working with people. And that's where it came into when we talked earlier about the Philippines. When I went to the Philippines, a second group of people that I hired was from the Philippines, and the first person I hired really was from Africa. I went to Africa. I met a gentleman online, and wow, we became super good friends.
Is he the one that was like sends you the emails that says, if you send me some money, I'll send you back like $1 million?
Yeah.
No.
That was a different guy?
I was sending him the $1 million, right?
Nice.
But you know what? We have truly an amazing world, people out there that need so much help. And, we were able to provide that while they provided us help in our business. Right. So,
one of the things you kind of glossed over there a little bit is what was going on like with your mom and stuff like that at the time. And what was your big burning desire behind why you really wanted to get yourself free?
Well, the biggest thing is that my mom, she came to live with us about 16 years ago when my dad passed away, and we were having, I loved having her around. I mean, it was great. We did a lot of stuff together, and now I had made a promise to my dad when he passed away, right before he passed away. I said, Dad, don't worry, you can go, because he had cancer. He was dying. We knew that. And I said, it's okay. I'll take care of Mom. Don't worry. I'll have her come live with us, and I'll take care of her to the end. Well, little did I know what that end was really what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be what he did. He just died quietly. He's not going to go quiet.
You're not going quietly anywhere.
No, that's what I'm talking about. She was diagnosed 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. 4 years ago with Alzheimer's. She was in her 5th stage at that point. And I knew what was coming. I knew. I dug in, did a lot of research. Alzheimer's is one of the worst diseases I think any human being could ever go through. And if you think that, as we get older, we do forget things. Well, for Alzheimer's, they forget everything. And she's now in her 7th stages, and her 7th stage, which there's only 7 stages. And she doesn't really remember much of anything at this point. We do everything for her. She's got a healthy body, but just does not have a mind to go with it anymore. So my reason to be home, my reason to do this business is to keep her home and to make sure that her life is as happy as we could ever make it for her, and this business is allowing me to be with her 24/7 and pay for anybody that we need to come in to take care of her and to make sure that her life is going to be as good as it can get till the end. I'm going to hold myself to the promise I made my dad. I'm not going to send her away. I don't want to send her away. I just want to be with her and love her. And we're doing that. We're all doing that. There's actually 4 or 5 of us doing that right now. So it takes a lot to be with somebody who can't remember how to eat, can't remember how to go to the bathroom, can't remember how to do the most simplest things that we do, can't remember somebody's name.
Turn on a light switch.
Turn on a light switch. She can't she doesn't remember how to open a door to get into her bedroom, and she can't
run water in the sink.
Oh, she can't cook anything anymore. She can't
basically it's like almost taking care of an infant at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's actually going back to being an infant. There's no and to teach her, right? We can teach her for 1 second, and then a minute later she forgets. It's gone. There's you at least a child they can remember, but she can't remember the next minute, what we had just said, and it's hard. It's a hard thing to watch, and she knows that that's happening. So many a time she's, she cries and says, I don't want to put you through this. I said, that's okay. God said that we get to take care of you. You took care of me. I get to take care of you now. It's okay. I love it. I love we can take care of you. So
let's look into this here. So you spent 40 years until you, unquote, became the overnight success. I mean, that's a lot of people don't realize is, this wasn't like everything was peaches and gravy your whole life. I mean, there were several different falling down points, and there were several different opportunities that you were involved in, but you just never gave up hope, and you got a great man there by your side and dragging you on this last deal. He's like, it's the last time we're doing it.
That's it.
We're getting out. We're getting out of this, place. And Bill, I know you were kicking and screaming when we first met about not wanting to quit your job. I don't know if you remember that conversation.
Yeah.
Now look at you, right? You're like, what job, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
It's like out the door. The May 30th was my last day.
It's almost a year. You're almost on your anniversary date almost.
Yeah.
It's just coming up.
I just want to thank you for coaching me to make my promise of writing that resignation letter.
Well, Linda put me up to it.
That's right. I was just going to say, Daryl asked me one day, he said, how can I help you? I go, help me retire this guy. I can't do that. It was so funny. But yet he did. He absolutely.
We had a conversation or two.
Yeah.
Just a few, right?
So, Bill, when are you going to write that letter? Okay, bye.
Bye. When?
And he wrote it.
Yeah, then he wrote it. Then it took him, 3 weeks to give it to
them. But I finally did it.
Yeah.
I gave him enough time to replace my position, and I was good with it. And once I went out that door that final day,
he's never looked back. He's never had time.
He's never had time. He's been too busy having fun.
He's been keeping me quite happy.
Yeah, you guys enjoying the golden years finally now. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities here. There's so many people I see as they're getting older, and they kind of just lose hope, and they're just the world just beats you up and it punches you in the face a lot of times. And after a while, you see people they just say, the hell with it. This is what I'm going to have the rest of my life. But Linda, how did you just keep that drive going? And Bill, how did you keep that drive going through all the adversities that you had? And
I just kept referring back to the Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich, and I just remember that one chapter that this man was digging for gold and he gave up, and he was that close to get that gold. So it's like, I knew that we just had to keep saying, okay.
One more time.
One more time.
One more time. We'll get it. We're going to get it. One more time.
How long did it take you to tell her that you were digging for gold and you hadn't told her yet?
Oh, wow. It took over a month before, and I he didn't tell me. I found out another way.
How did you find out?
I found out that I had gone on a call. It was a webinar call, right? there was a bunch of people that were all getting together, and we were going to do this thing. And I'm like, so when I'm hearing them talking, they never said anything about the name of the company. They just said, oh, this is what we get to do. We can do this and go on eBay. And I'm like, gosh, I think I've heard about this. Bill was as quiet as a church mouse. He never said a word on the call. I'm just like, I go, babe, we got to do this. And he goes,
we are doing it.
we are doing it. I go, what? He goes, but it's under somebody else.
Another team.
Another team. I'm like, swell. Now what? I was like, I want to be with them over there. I don't know who you're with. It's like, so we got to play both worlds actually. So that's how we started. But
so
it was all good.
You're getting the opportunity.
I mean, again, for me, it was like being with people that being with the like minds, where we all think alike. We're like-minded. We enjoy life. We enjoy doing, working together as teams and sharing and being a part of, something really big, and it grew to be huge, right? I mean, and not slowly, it grew fast because the business is so easy to do. It's easy to do, but you really do got to do it. I mean, just like any other business, just like you have to show up to work, right, and do the job, or you don't keep the job, right?
It's called a 4-letter word called work.
What? Yeah, it's called work. Yeah.
We're just thinking some push button thing. I'm just going to push the button and money's going to shoot out the side of my computer.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. I know you put in hours and hours of energy and effort. Now, what is one of those times where it's just like, you're just at the all low point of lows in your life and you're just facing this adversity? For somebody who's sitting out there is possibly hearing this right now and could see it, what are they feeling, and what's going through their mind, and what piece of advice would you give yourself to at that point where you'd be like, man, if I could just give myself this piece of advice to help get through that next day, what would it be?
Well, say yes. I mean, basically, as scared as I was and as scared as Bill was, we knew if we didn't really do something, if we didn't take on that personal coach, and as scared as we were because we didn't have the money to pay it, I was scared to do it. But yet I knew that if I didn't do it, that we were going to lose everything anyway. So why not do it? I mean, why not see if it'll, if this is the thing that is going to work, it's going to work. And, it worked in such a big way. And easy. Yeah. But, did it take us work? Yeah, because we had to learn to use tools. We had to learn to do things,
You're pretty technology savvy, right? I mean, you're up on Facebook and Twitter and all this cool stuff that's going on out there, right?
Yeah, I was. I always have been. I've never let the computer scare me. I definitely, learned way back when, because I used to, the job that I did prior to anything else, I was a daycare provider, and where I lived was in the heart of Silicon Valley, where Apple and Google and all the big Apple especially, it was all around us. So I took care of children who their parents worked for Apple, and that's how I got my first computer.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what, when my daycare mother brought me that computer, it sat in the box for 1 month. I didn't even touch it because I was so afraid of it. Right.
Wow.
And she goes, come on, Linda. She goes, I'm going to set you up right now. And this was in the old days, guys, when you had to do everything. You had to load your apps on. You had to do all of that. So I had to learn, and now it's easy. It comes already fully built, whatever for you, right? Mm-hmm. But no, back then I had to work hard to learn. And yes, I spent hours just trying to learn how to use a computer. I did. But again, that's kind of who I am, I don't let work be something that I'm afraid of. Actually, work is for me, it just expands my brain. It's like, okay, I got that down. I mastered that. Now let me master something else, right? What's next? It's always what's next? What's next? And I feel the same way about this business. We do have tools we had to learn, but wow, they were not hard to learn. Everybody talks about a learning curve, yeah, there might be a learning curve, but I don't ever consider that for me being a learning curve.
Sure. What's the alternative? Right?
Losing everything.
Yeah, losing everything. That sounds like a better idea. I'll learn something new.
I'll learn something new or lose everything, right? So no, and actually it's quite fun to master something that, or learn about it, or, that to me is just like, wow, I did that. I learned how to use that program. Wow. How cool was that? I learned how to take copy off of one phone, my phone, and put it on the computer. I've learned how, it was like, I guess I'm just kind of different in that way, but a lot of people talk about, they have fear about the computer. And I've said, come on, if anybody can do it, if I can do it, any of you can do it. Right.
Absolutely.
Because, he just turned what? 68.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to that, I just turned 65. So,
let's talk about that for a second. You guys, recently, you look great, by the way, both of you guys. You look 10 years younger. I don't know what happened since last time I seen you.
Well, I met you. That's what happened. And you said, Linda, I want you and Bill around for a very long time. So,
I did say that.
Yes, you did. And I said, yeah. So what do you see that I don't see? It was like, now I'm worried. Right? What are you talking about? I go, no, because you had these welts on your arms, and I asked you about it. What is it? He goes, have you ever heard of kinesiology? And
yeah, kinesiology, yeah.
No, what is that? He goes, okay, well, let's just book your appointment.
You were telling me about the stuff. You're about to fly to Honduras to hang out with Michelle down there and talk with her. So I said, yeah, let's see if we can find somebody a little bit closer to home.
Yeah, we got closer to home. And the gentleman that we found, that you set an appointment for me, Daryl, thank you. I appreciate today, because I'm still going to that same man. And I see him on a weekly basis, and I adore him. He's fabulous. And again, I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And whatever you saw, felt, and I truly believe, because we have a connection between the two of us, whatever you felt at that moment that I needed that gentleman, it was at the right time. Because when I went there, he ran some tests, and he said to me and Bill, because we went together for the results, he said, Linda, if you had not come to me when you did, he said, you most likely would have died within the month, and nobody would have known why.
Wow.
So my kidneys were failing at that point in time. And since I've been working with him and doing all the healthy things that I've now put into my life, which I thought was healthy before, but no, I'm even more healthier now.
Mm-hmm.
But
let's talk about that. How have you guys changed your habits and what you've done to release the weight you've been able to do and to feel more energy? I know you guys are more energetic. Both of you.
Yeah. Actually, we've really changed our eating from, we started eating vegan, with meat and, still some meat in our diet and stuff like that. And then I had another test, and my kidneys still weren't doing well. We thought they were, but so then I had met another friend who said, Linda, you need to go to this health clinic. It's called Optimal Health Institute. And Bill said, whatever it takes, babe, you know, I want you to go. And when I talked with my functional medicine doctor, he said, oh my gosh, yes, please. Can you go? When can you go? How soon can you go? I would love for you to go. And I said, okay, what am I going, what am I going to do? As much as I said that about you making an appointment for me, what am I doing? But I just let it be. I just had to, that's another thing that I do. It's just like, I listen to what people can, I'm all about trying different things, being open. That's what it is. It's being open to whatever success, whatever I need to do. And then I follow whatever I need to do. Right. So, Bill had to we had to get help in for my mom. I had to hire 5 people.
Wow, 5 people.
5 people to take my place so that I could leave for 3 weeks and for 21 days.
The thing about that is, Linda, you because of that investment you made in yourself and in the coaching into the Amazon business, both of you guys made, it's afforded you the opportunity to hire 5 people. At the age of 62 and 68 now, you guys are making, I imagine, a lot more than you've ever made before because you've invested in yourself. And that's direct reflection, and you're just blessed because of it. So congratulations.
Every day. I mean, just last year, it was crazy. We had a blast. I mean, we had more fun going through the Christmas season than we've ever gone through, in anything we've ever done in our life.
Give us an idea 4 years ago where you're at Christmas season compared to like what was going on then, in your life. Do people just get just a snapshot so they could appreciate where you are at and where you're at? So there's so many people out there, and I see a lot in the veteran community, guys will commit suicide. I've had Marines commit suicide, and it sucks. And it's one of the reasons they commit suicide. They just lose hope. And I think with your story, especially, it could give a lot of those guys hope that, hey, you could be down on your luck today, but tomorrow you can pick yourself back up. And look at what Bill and Linda have been able to accomplish here at the ages of, 68 and 62 respectively. So Linda, where were you at Christmas time a few years ago, and what was going on right there in your life?
It was a very sad time because I couldn't buy Christmas gifts for my family. I didn't even get a tree. I mean, it was.
And this is just like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was nothing. I couldn't do anything. I could just give them me. That wasn't fun. My grandkids go, Grandma, right? And I just said, bear with us because, someday it's going to be different. I mean, they're on that board. On my board, my vision board, my family, and the day that when we went through the first Christmas season and the amount of money that we made for that next year, I went out and I was able to buy 4, 5, 6 presents for each child. Our Christmas went from this to this. It was just huge abundance. I mean, I didn't look at price tags. I didn't care. I didn't need to care. We were making so much money. It was like, I'm like, oh, my dreams came true. This year was, it was even better yet.
Yeah.
This year was just as golden as it was last year. And that is actually Bill's and our company name is Golden Team Synergy. So, I've always been about, golden, everything.
Golden years, baby.
Golden years.
Right.
And we're a team.
And if you were going to have a conversation with that Linda that's going through that Christmas, I can only imagine how you felt going through that, not being able to offer grandkids presents. I don't have grandkids. So one day I will have that feeling.
Yes.
Hopefully, right?
So even my own kids, I couldn't even do it for my own kids, and I want them so bad,
But what would you say to yourself at that point, and what would you say to somebody out there who's listening to this that just looking to connect with them and just give them words of encouragement. What would you say?
Just don't give up hope. Look at selling on Amazon. If you can run around a computer, then you can absolutely sell on Amazon. If, it is one of the greatest blessings we could have ever done for ourselves. We just said, yes, we're going to do it one last time. This is it. We're going to make it work. We focused, we did it. And here we are today, fully retired. Well, we're retired from the corporate world, but we absolutely are still working our business because I love it. It keeps me alive and having fun and meeting people and contributing to the quality of other people's lives, the people who work for us the very first time ever. Folks, you know what? The very first time ever we paid one of our VAs, our virtual assistants that work for us, and they're all over in the Philippines, mind you. The mom, one of the moms, she started crying, and I said, "Oh, why are you crying, Elvie? What's wrong?" And she goes, "No," she said, "what is right?" She says, "Ma'am," she said, "for the first time ever, we get to buy milk for my child." And I just, well, okay, then I cried. I was like,
You're about to start making me cry, Leila.
I know, right?
Don't do that. You're not allowed to make me cry.
And the first time that we were able to buy Christmas gifts for all of our family, they got to buy Christmas gifts for all of their family. The first time ever. Last year, they had a Christmas tree and they had all these gifts. Like we had all these gifts under our tree. They had it under theirs. And I'm just saying that it's available. It's available. You just got to say yes. You just got to give it one more shot, one more. This is it. And you can have, and you know what? You get to take this business anywhere you want to go. You get to take it to the Philippines. You get to take it to Bahamas. You get to take it to a cruise ship.
Yeah, you guys cruise the whole world now at this point.
We're cruising it. That's all.
You're cruising. The golden years.
Right, the golden years. And I love cruising. Trust me. It's like we've got some great pictures standing at the bow of a ship, man. And do you remember the Titanic when they
yeah.
It's like there I am. There we are, right out the nose.
Bill, here they come.
That's right.
So, Linda, what's the best way for somebody to get a hold of you guys if they want to learn more about what you're doing, more about what you're up to?
Well, that's a good.
Contact us on Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, and
I tagged you guys on the video. So, guys, if you want to learn from a genuine, just beautiful people, I can't recommend Bill and Linda more for what they've been on accomplished, especially if you're on the senior crowd. Let's throw that out there, right? They understand.
I'm good with them too.
Yeah. So they definitely, they've been through it. They know what you're going through, and who better to relate to. So again, I appreciate you guys coming out today and sharing your story. And my best luck and continued success with what you guys have. I think one of the most touching stories that you shared with me before was how when you took to Disney World, you took the whole family, you paid for everybody, but we've all been down that. For those of you who have been down to Disney World and that main street they have there, and to be able to walk down and tell the grandkids, go pick out whatever you want. You're not worried about what it's going to cost. That for me was priceless. So I appreciate your heart, Linda, and everything you do. You too as well, Bill.
Wonderful. It was the best thing. We had a blast. And not only that, I got to take my whole family on a cruise and pay for their cruise as well. And that those are dreams that you've always wanted to do. Those dreams come true, especially doing this business. And we've proven that over and over again and still proving it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So guys, like I said, get a hold of Linda, Bill, if you guys got questions about what they're doing, what they're up to. The great people. And look forward to having you guys on again and give me updates on how things are going. You look great too, by the way, guys.
That's all because of you, Daryl.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.